loop. Pick her up, I had to scoop. Take her home and execute. She know that I'm in the loop. She know that I'm in the loop. Pick her up and had to scoop. Take her home and execute. She know that I'm in the loop. She know that I'm in the loop. I pick her up and had to scoop. Take her home and execute. She know that I'm in the loop. Yeah. She know that I'm in the loop. Yeah. Pick her up and had to scoop. Take her home and execute. Yeah. She know that I'm in the loop. She blow on my dick like the flu. Niggas see me, they salute. They know a nigga is the truth. Everything I write is true.
Welcome to season 3 of True Interview. I am your host, Traffic Will, alongside my co-host,
Lisa.
Today's a very special event. We got one of my favorite sororities on campus, Delta Phi Epsilon. So you guys are ready for it? Ladies and gentlemen, Delta Phi Epsilon.
Hi guys.
How we doing, girls?
Good.
Doing good. We're doing great. Can you state your name, please?
You want to start? I'm Nicole. Hi.
I'm Mimi.
I'm Jess.
And what are your positions in Delta Phi Epsilon? If you
any
are.
of you are on the e-board.
Well,
we have general position.
I'm
actually,
social chair right now, but I actually was just elected for VPO, which is Vice President of Operations, so that's really exciting.
I'm a risk management chair and Greek rep.
And I'm part of the recruitment team, so it's going to be pretty active for next fall. And then I'm also the DeFi rep for Panhell, which is like the governing body between all 3 sororities on campus.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah. Does every member have a duty?
No, it's not required, but it's like strongly encouraged. There's like a few main big positions like on LT, which is like the higher up.
Like our e-board.
Yeah, and then there's like a lot of general positions underneath that. So every like LT member has a team basically. So like I'm on the recruitment team, but like I'm not head of recruitment.
Right.
Okay, so tell us like what year you guys in right now? In school, like what year? Sorry.
I'm a junior.
I'm a sophomore.
I'm a sophomore too.
All right, well, we're going to get right to the point. Ladies, so tell us, what is a Delta Phi Epsilon? We obviously know it's a sorority, so tell us more about Delta Phi Epsilon.
And what separates your sorority from other sororities?
Do you want this one?
I think that what separates us from other sororities on campus is it's like a big part of recruitment is like when you go into the different rooms, you have to see like what personalities you vibe with, you know what I mean? That's a big part of recruitment. You have to see like what girls share your values and what girls that you can really see yourself being with for the next 4 years. It is a social sorority, so that's a big part of what we do. And like, so I think just the big thing is like when you walk into a room during recruitment is like seeing if you click with the girls that you meet and that you talk with, and that's really what separates them. Because all the sororities on campus do philanthropy work, we all do community service, and we all have similar values. But I think at the end of the day, it's like
Who you vibe with.
Yeah.
You know, it's like who your people are.
Yeah.
So.
You know at the end of the week, at the end of recruitment, where you belong, and like by the 3rd day, you're just like, okay, I belong with these girls,
Yeah,
and that's
I
how it
want
was for
them.
all of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so kind of like, it's very sweet. So tell us like what kind of like made you want to join as a sorority? Because obviously like when we first came in, you kind of went to do research first. Okay, you know what? I do want to be a part of this. You know. So kind of tell us a little bit about that. What in your personal take? Why you became a DeFi?
Well, shout out to my freshman roommate Maddie, which is her big. She actually joined freshman year, and I lived with her freshman, sophomore year, and she was always like asking me to do it. And I'm on the cheerleading team too, and I never thought that I could really handle both. But then junior year rolled around, and I was kind of like getting stuck in the same routine, and I really I loved the girls. I knew them from previous years, so I decided be a DeFi because it's awesome, you know.
Well, I mainly joined because I come from a home of 8 siblings, well 7 other than me, and being so far away from home, it kind of helps to have like your social network and have sisters all over the place, and like if I ever needed anything, I could go up to any one of them and be like, hey, can you help me out? And, like it's good to have that here since I live 8 hours away, so that's mainly why I joined.
I was the same way. Like we're both from Long Island, so it's hard, and I'm a transfer student also. So this year was my first year on campus. And I was like, how am I going to meet everyone? Like, it's my sophomore year. Everyone already has their, like, friends, you know what I mean? And I'm a music major, so it's very easy to get, like, stuck in Mason and not, like, leave the building ever. So some of my friends were, like, going to Rush, and I was like, you know what? Like, let me just try and do it. And, like...
It really is, like, a family away from home.
It
Because
is.
I don't know where I'd be, even as a junior. Like, I love I have like other friends, my cheer friends, and like a whole life, but it really is like a second family that you can rely on anybody, which is really awesome to have.
Yeah,
So
I can't imagine not being with like these girls after, like I didn't know them a year ago, but now that I've been with them like the past 2 semesters, I really cannot imagine like how I would have gotten through this year like without them. So it is like a family.
Yeah.
Hey, can you describe the recruitment process and pledging as much as you can tell?
Yeah.
And the steps after once you're actually in the sorority? Because I always thought it was so fascinating to get, oh yeah, this is my little.
It really
It's
is.
fascinating.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Once
It took me a while to catch on to
see
what
it
that
and
meant.
everything. It's really like cool because I've seen it from one side and now I was like on the other side of it. And then next year I'll be getting a little too, and same with them. So it's like there's a bunch of different sides, but I don't know.
Well, getting
People
into
are
like
explaining it.
rushing and recruitment, basically after activities night you sign up, and like the
Oh,
way
activities
sororities
night.
do it, since we do have a panel, the frats are different. You basically have to go through recruitment week with each of the sororities 5 nights, and then you see where you fit in, and you write down your priority, who you'd like to fit in with, and then you get a bid back, and you see like who you get a bid from. And then rushing, it's kind of a private process, but each like group has their own kind of thing. I know Delta Phi Epsilon, we just focus more on bonding with each other and like getting to know the people around you, and like it puts you guys together more, and you really value the friendships that you make within your pledge class. So that's as much as I.
Yeah, that's
nailed
basically
it.
as much
Pretty
as
much nailed it.
And how's the matching process to find out who goes with what little and what big?
We don't know because we
haven't done it yet.
Ones that were bigs.
Yeah.
So once we're bigs, then we can come back and tell you.
So describe how your big chose you. Like obviously you guys had to be a little bit alike. So kind of describe how your big found you. Like how did that whole setup
Is it like
came?
a draft?
Kind of. Okay, well, I met my big during the 3rd day of recruitment, and ever since then, like, we kind of clicked. So after the whole recruitment process, we got our bids. We had bid day, and that's where, like, we accepted them. And then we had an event, and it was basically, like, everybody that was taking a little, and we went around, and we almost did, like, speed dating.
Yeah.
And then, like, we wrote down our top people, and then the bigs wrote down their top people, and I don't know what happened after that.
It's basically
Then we
like,
got picked.
yeah, like you get an idea. Like I remember I met my big during like recruitment week, and it's just like,
You just
it,
get that,
like again, it's like
feeling
who you
of, like,
vibe
who you
with. So
want.
it's like I remember going into in the room every single time and like looking for her and being like, oh my god, where's Maddie? Like just because like you become like it's who you're comfortable with, and you kind of get like a feeling like you know when it's mutual. Like it sounds like when you're dating someone, you know when you're in love with someone, but like really
Pretty
like,
much.
you
Pretty
know when
much
you
are.
click with someone, and like so I remember. During like Big Little Week, it's like a whole week prior to getting your big, and you get like you
So
probably like,
exciting,
it's like
so
all, it's on
exciting.
everyone's Instagram. Like you see all these pictures of like the gifts that the bigs leave the littles, and like
Every
It's
day
a-
it's like a new theme, and you get a basket with all
Yeah.
these gifts, and leading up it's
Aw.
like they leave you notes, but you can't know who that is, and like
yeah,
then
it's
you
supposed
have
to be like a
everybody in the
guessing
pledge
game.
class like, oh, I got this. You try to
Yeah.
like figure out without like saying it because you don't want to ruin it for anybody.
Yeah,
but
so it's supposed to be like
it's so
secret,
exciting,
but it's
yeah.
a really fun week, and like
A
for the
whole
most
week
part,
full of like Secret Santa.
And gifts.
yeah, it's like a
Gifts.
week long Christmas. Like you're just like, yeah, I still love this.
It's like that?
It's like I'm
I need to join one. I need to join one now. Well, not sorority, but I need to join one. I love gifts too. Wow. Okay. That's because I never knew like you guys had to say about like, hey, okay, this is who I want as my big. But the fact that you said that you got a chance to choose who you want to be is kind of nice. Like,
It works out. Yeah, it works out. Like you don't see it sometimes like right away, but then you're like, this is who I belong with. Like your family is a way it is because
You like
it's all.
you fit in with wherever you do end up, like the family. You see yourself in that family, and you don't like see it until like the more you're with them and you see it, and then you're like, oh,
this
like
makes
it really
sense,
worked
Yeah,
out. So.
and it like extends. Like you don't just get a big, like you also get a grand big. Like
And
you,
a great grand.
yeah, like you get
the
like
whole tree. The whole tree.
It's like a whole lineage, honestly, and like you
We're
really,
in the same family
yeah,
somehow.
and like you see like the more like you go through the year and you spend the year like how much actually you are alike with the girls that you were put with, and it like makes sense. So it's good.
So what happens if a little doesn't want their big?
I don't think that's ever happened before.
Is that like a
But you have to
sign
be
of
really
distress?
shady. It'll be like,
Yeah,
I don't like
I
you.
mean,
Back up.
There is like I feel like there are times when like girls really think that they have someone and it
And they
doesn't
get
turn out to be
somebody
who it is. But again, like everything, it's cheesy, but like everything happens for a reason,
and
and
it works
like
out.
yeah.
It works
It's all
itself out.
done like in a very specific way. So where you're supposed to be, like they make sure that that's where you do end up.
Yeah.
So we never really had any problems.
There's like a huge trust in the leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
awesome.
Man, I like that. So now that we got to know you guys a little more, so tell us like what is a Greek life?
What is Greek life?
What is a Greek life? In your own personal take, everybody has a different way to look at Greek life. What is a Greek life in a definition form?
It's full of
Fun.
obvious like fun,
Definitely
yes,
full of
but
fun.
it's not. I think that people focus so much on the fun part and like the bad things that come with Greek life, even though having fun isn't a bad thing, but it's about networking. Once I graduate, I will always have people to go to, like across the country. We have like pages of people, like if you need an internship in this city, that city, like it's so
From
much
moving
more.
to this town
Yeah,
or whatever,
like
you
I
always
need an
have people.
apartment. Do you need
Yeah,
this,
that's
that, and the
very
other?
true.
Like
Like
it's
a
so
roommate
much
and
more
everything.
than people can see from the outside, and we do so much more. And there's so much that goes into your philanthropy work. There's so much more that goes on behind the
like
business
community
side.
service too.
Yeah,
I
we
know,
do
like,
a lot
even
of
the
work.
fraternities, they do a lot of community service stuff that like you normally don't know about, which is awesome.
And I can speak for Delta Phi Epsilon. Like we have the highest GPA on campus out of all the sororities. We do a lot of work with all of philanthropies, and it's just a lot of people don't see what Greek life really is, and it's the same for Sigma Kappa, Sigma Gamma Phi, Delta Chi, all the frats. Like Kappa Sigma, look at them. They just came in. They just got chartered. They won Greek Week. Like they're killing it. They have freaking pledges all over the place, and it's a big family. And even though people have their separate groups, like we all support one another regardless,
Yeah.
and it's really a big family. So.
And
That's
just,
what
and,
Greek
I'm
life
sorry,
is.
and just to kind of add to that, like last year you guys won like the most community service. Am I correct?
Last year, I believe we did.
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Congrats on that, by the way. I just thought I'd add that.
Thank
in
you.
there. So pretty much it's more like a family atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like
Yeah.
very specific within sororities, but like also like if something happens to someone that's in another sorority or fraternity, like
We're always there for each
There's
other.
almost like a level of comfort aside from like bystanders or somebody that you're an acquaintance with, but like if you're in a sorority and somebody else, it's almost like that like unspoken thing. Like everybody
there
just
for each
always
other.
like has
Yeah.
each other's back. Like
yeah.
not everybody's gonna get along at the same time, but like they're like you're there for them.
For the
and they're
most
there
part,
for
there's
you.
a like deep level of respect that runs through
Mhm.
like because everyone does go through a pledging process. Everyone does like have the same kind of process, so it's like you understand what everyone's going through. Everyone's been through the same.
And you have
Yeah,
that respect. You have that
Yeah.
respect.
yeah.
Everybody-
So it's
yeah.
like even if I see like a Sigma Kappa like on campus, or if I see like I'll like say hello. You know what I mean? Like it's just a level of respect that you have with everyone, and it's really nice because when something does happen to someone, everyone
It's
comes
amazing
together.
how we come together. Like
Yeah.
this
Even
year.
Greek week too.
Yeah, this Greek week, a sister of Sigma Gamma Phi, Abby Schloop, her mother passed away, and we donated all the proceeds for Greek week. We usually fundraise that whole week, and they all went to her family and helping to keep them afloat while
Actually, yeah, I was just about to add to that because I was there. I was like,
So,
wow,
like,
we guys.
it was amazing to see how much money we could come up with in 1 week, and
And
like
it's even the turnout of like events that we have. Like if we have an event and Delta Chi comes, and we'll go to Delta Chi's event, and they'll have Sigma Kappa, and then everybody goes to each
we
other.
support each other, which is really
Yeah.
important. So
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
So just to kind of add on to that, so how do you guys feel about the stigma that's right behind Greek Week? Not Greek. I'm sorry. Greek Life
Greek
period.
life in
No, Greek Life period.
I
Because I'm
think-
sure you heard about that.
Yeah, I think like a lot of things that have happened in the past, like deaths and like crazy stuff within like fraternities and sororities, has given Greek life this bad stigma. But like, I don't tolerate that. Like, I would never be a part of something that did some crazy crap like hazing and all that. Like, I think that people need to honestly look behind
It's so
everything
easy
that's
to
going on because like
judge.
you can
Like-
look at anybody and stereotype them. You could look at me and
Yeah.
stereotype me as being like a ghetto black girl, but like I'm not that person. And you could look at a Greek life, you see my letters, and you're like, oh, she's a bitch. Like
Or
she
she's
does
like
crazy
a party
shit.
girl. And
Yeah,
everything
but, like,
that.
there's
a
so much
lot of
behind-
work that goes like behind closed doors that people
Yeah.
don't realize, and it's not like I don't really blame them because
I
even
can
like last year
understand it.
I didn't even know.
Absolutely.
Like you can't understand it until you're in it, but like it's not their fault.
And
so
you can't
just gotta,
change
like,
the way
roll
people
with
see.
it.
Yeah, and I think it's very unique to Fredonia also because like I remember when I was telling my friends that go to like big schools like Cortland and UAlbany that I was rushing, they were like, "Oh God, really?
Yeah.
Like, be careful." And I was like, "What? Like, what do you mean?" And I had no idea about anything about Greek life, and they were like, "Just like be careful. Like sometimes like the pledging is intense." And I was like, "All right." And like I just, but honestly, like, and it is sometimes you see like when I'm wearing my letters around campus, like. There's not a lot of music majors that are in Greek life, I feel, so I feel like sometimes it's very easy to stereotype people, but it's like you have to you just have to be the person that breaks that stereotype. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
there are gonna be girls, like, no matter where you go that you don't get along with, but it's, like, important that, like, as members of Greek life, that we work every day to, like, be our best versions of ourselves, to show that, like, it's not all about partying and drinking and, like, all,
That's
like,
why
and
I kind of
hazing.
love like DeFi as much as I do, though, is because we're all so different. We all bring so many different things to the table, so it's really easy to like vibe with somebody. Kind of like going back to the whole recruitment thing. Like everybody's different, but like we're all in the same. We all have like a common ground too. So
And of course, the parties and the social life is awesome as well. Like, who doesn't like to party? But we're in college, and like we have to look at a bigger picture, I guess.
And I think like that's one of the things that I kind of respect about you guys, because like from the outside looking in, you know what I mean? It's like I feel like the fact that you guys have to maintain a certain GPA and still do all this community service, like
To be in the sorority in general, you have to have like a certain GPA.
that's amazing. That's very amazing, because a lot of people like don't even can't maintain that certain level, and then you still, I don't know. I feel like I respect that so much about you,
It's
ladies.
just like there's a lot of things behind the scenes that people don't see, and like I can understand it because like Jess said, we were one of those people.
Right.
Like I never thought that I'd be in a sorority. I was like,
Me
not
neither.
doing that,
Me
staying
neither.
away. No,
people
I
would
don't
ask
know
me,
you.
and I'd literally be like, nope, don't have time for that.
Peace.
Sorry,
No, but
not
like
gonna
now,
do it.
like from the outside looking in, you can't understand it, but when you're inside,
Just
it's like
glad.
it's
I feel like
a
it
beautiful
even,
thing, honestly.
yeah, like I remember when I was telling my parents about it, they were like, make sure your GPA doesn't fall, like make sure you stay on top of your stuff, and I was like, no, like it's gonna be okay. And I think if anything,
It brought it
the
up.
pledging process and like meeting all these people that share a common goal, like it gives you a purpose, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like I felt more motivated than ever to like be on top of my stuff, like for the other girls in my pledge class so that we could get initiated. Like you want to be there, you want to be the best version of yourself for all these girls. So I think if anything, like it made me a better student. It made me a better person, you know? So like
I think I had like the best semester of school when I was pledging. I got
Yeah.
a job, I was on cheer team, I had my placement, so it's like crazy to think of
It
all
pushes
these
you
things,
further than you
but
thought
you
you
do
were
so
able to
well.
do.
Like you just excel in everything that you do for yourself and the people around you. So
That's pretty cool. I mean, you just touched on it a little bit, but I'm interested to know, like, how has being in the sorority changed you personally? You just said academically, like motivationally, like what kind of ways does it like influence you?
I think it just like well-rounded me personally.
Overall,
like
yeah.
you just meet so many people and you just appreciate so many people because everybody's so different, and then you also have yourself and you have your own schoolwork and your jobs and everything else that you gotta like take care of, but you meet so many people that you care so deeply about that it's not all about you anymore. It's about all these other people that you love, and it's like they change your life like immensely. It's awesome.
I think I've become more understanding of everybody in their unique situations, because like even though we're all so different, we all have like our own baggage and we're all there for each other. I've become more understanding, and I've been able to listen to people more. And
Yeah, I
be
definitely
compassionate.
agree with that, because I feel like it's very easy, like if you're not in a group oriented club or something like that, to like just have your own perspective and just be like, okay, I'm gonna do what I gotta do through college and just like do me. But I think through like being in Greek life and meeting all these girls, it not only gives you motivation to do better, but like it gives you understanding from other people's perspectives and other people's backgrounds. Like I would not have met all these girls that have so many different backgrounds and upbringings, and like you really understand and appreciate, like even if you don't get along with everyone, you can understand where they're coming from. And that's something that like if you just meet someone and you don't get along with them, you're like, that person sucks. But like but you know, from like spending that much time with them and understanding where they come from, you're like, okay, I get it, and like you can respect them still. So I think that's
respect is a big thing in our sorority. Like that's one thing, we all respect one another, and we may not be around each other all the time, but we come together and it's like
It's also
No
given
time.
me like my best friends too.
Yeah.
So that like aside from like a deeper level, like it's given me like the best of best friends that I could have ever asked for in just a semester or two. Don't wink at me.
Yeah, you know, I saw some photos
I'm
on
like waiting for it.
That's funny.
when you guys were doing the whole pledging process. I saw the photos y'all was taking together, you know, like holding hands and everything. I'm like, that's I like that bond. Like that's really cool. Yeah, I was in California. I'm like, wow, okay, this what's going on. I'm like, Jess, because you were cheerleader before I was there, and then you didn't pledge last year at all.
No.
So I was surprised. I'm like, wow, Mimi's in there, Jess in them. I'm like, y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Respect.
Will
that.
do.
So there's so many members coming from different backgrounds, different cultures, ways of life, and just different experiences. What's the common ground where you all meet? I know you talked about respect.
justice, sisterhood, and love. No, I'm kidding.
those are our values.
Common ground.
I feel
there's
like
so many
DeFi
everything
is our common ground, you know?
Yeah, like
everything that we stand for and all the friendships and the work that we do, and it's helping out each other with schoolwork, and it's like it's not one thing. It's like everything is
DeFi. Yeah, it's just
like
DeFi.
DeFi.
I don't know.
Like,
now that we there's not one word to put, or even like 3 words, like justice, sisterhood, and love. We all have our morals. Those are our values. But like,
Nicole, what do you think?
we all, you know.
Do you agree? I agree, because it is just like everyone basically has different majors, and it's just like everyone has their own schedule, but then like we'll have like one event during the week and we'll just all be together, and then it's like you can't even it's just like such a release from everything that you have going on, and that's like I feel like what our common ground is, that like DeFi is like our safe place, and like it's where we're most comfortable, where you can be the best version of yourself and like the most weird, crazy version of yourself, and like
you can even be like the worst version of yourself,
and
too,
we're gonna
everybody will love you no matter what.
Yeah,
so accept you.
And that's what it is. The acceptance and the love that we all have for each other, I really think is our common ground, because like we all have such busy days and like schedules and everything, but like when we come together, it's like
magic.
You're just so happy. Yeah, like
you get it? I didn't even mean to do that, but it happened.
It's like if you walk in a room full of girls, you're like, these are my people, and like you just feel so comfortable. Like you're obviously getting more comfortable with certain people than others, but like I know when I walk into a room full of like DeFers, I'm just like, yes, like this is my place. Like
actually, there are 3 words that you can define DeFers, which is esse quam videre.
Esse quam videre, to be
rather than to seem to be.
Yes.
Yeah. Describe the 5 S's.
Come on!
He's like, he definitely got like a pledging process thing. He's like, I'm a quizzer, right? And they know their
social, self, sisterhood,
service,
and
scholarship.
Yo.
Yeah.
We're not playing. This is what Trinity is all about.
You quiz it, okay.
Okay, perfect. I like those words. I'm like, yo, that's what defines
It's like confidere. I was gonna get a tattoo actually, but I don't know what, cause like it's just a good quote in general. And Latin's just a beautiful language. Like, put a little cute script. Like,
all right. Well, we had a great time so far with the DeFers. Stay tuned. We got one more segment to go. Okay. Stay tuned with True Interview. All right, guys. We thank you guys for tuning to our show today. It was season 3 of True Interview. We had the lovely Delta Phi Epsilon in. How you feel about that, Jalissa?
Yeah, it was awesome. Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks for having us.
I personally have no background knowledge of sorority, so it was cool learning about it.
Thanks. Yeah, now you know.
All right. Well, let everybody know to us since you're on campus.
Come to activities night next semester.
Everything I write is true. She pop that pussy for them loops, and she ain't playing Uncle Luke. She go bananas like the fruit.